Hello, Ryan posted a video about magical thinking and how he doesn't believe it's possible that you can instantly change things without doing deep work on yourself. And he talked about how he's never seen a baby born in one day, or a tree grow in one day, or $1 million made in one day, and extrapolated that to say that you can't do healing work in one day. And I hesitate to ever say something can't be done because it hasn't been done. And I do believe it has. And whenever you do have a change, like a big shift, it's like the walk to the cliff is long, but the drop off the cliff is sudden. So it's possible that because the mind is it's so mercurial. Like your mind can shoot out to the middle of the galaxy like that. Like, it doesn't need to like walk to each planet. You can just put yourself out there. And our identity is totally made up. There's basically three parts to our being. There is our essence, the truth of who we are, our perfection. There's our identity, which is who we think we are. It's the mental process that runs inside saying, I am this, I am not that, I like this, I don't like that, I, identity. It creates that. And that part of the mind is super fast, right? It's the reason this video works, right? The reason that you get this illusion of continued motion is because your mind is always making assumptions based on what it already believes and expects. So if you already believe and expect yourself to be a wounded healer, right, or the starving artist, or whatever that thing is, that whatever that brokenness is that you're hallucinating that you have, it just creates that over and over again, always looking for that evidence. And the actual truth is that there's nothing wrong with us, right? So the essence is this beautiful, like, amazing being, and then there's this deeply ingrained belief that that's not who we are. We're something else. We're limited, and that we're broken, and that we need to fix ourselves. So there's the essence, the identity, and then there's this third layer, which is the personality, the personality is the piece of us that expresses out into the world what we like about ourselves, what we think is great, like, hey, and while masking the parts that we don't feel good about, like, I'm going to overcompensate with the positive so no one sees the negative. And yeah, so that's the personality. And whenever I hear someone say, oh, they've got a great personality, that part of me that made up this identity, or essence, identity, and personality breakdown of the spirit being, laughs a little bit. Like, I don't care about their personality. I want to know their essence, right? What's the truth? What's their heart? So, yeah, I heard that the Buddha said that enlightenment is when you identify with your essence. But most people identify with their personality. And that's actually reflected in the opening Yoga Sutras, where he says, yoga is to still the mind, the identity, perhaps, the turning of the mind, the confusion, the distractedness of the mind. Yoga is to still the twisting of the mind. Then we can abide in our true nature as awareness, as the witness. Depends on who translates it. As awareness. Bah. Yoga is to still the twisting of the mind, then you can abide in your true essence, your true form as awareness. Otherwise, we identify with the turning of the mind. So you're not who you think you are, but you'll probably act like that person. So actually, got Rosie's painting right here, which I think is really beautiful. Right, she's got this beautiful lotus and a feather sweeping away all the darkness to reveal the light inside. So that kind of is the healing path, and it usually does take work. But again, the work that you're doing is long, and letting it go and realizing that there's a light inside just waiting to be uncovered as your brightness, that anything that you think is wrong with you, you'll probably hide, mask with personality. Right? Anything you think is wrong with you, that's identity. So you'll take your personality layer, put it out in front of it, the darkness covering up the light because of this idea that there's a brokenness. And the real spiritual work, I think, is what you are arguing against, which is stopping believing that story. Because, yeah, is it true? Like, is it really true? Like, gravity true? Like, is it true what you believe about yourself? It's a half-truth at best. So, what's more true? Are you worse than you imagined or better? Thanks for listening.